Eskom has extended an olive branch to its customers who have bypassed prepaid meters and have been accessing electricity illegally.
It is, however, going to cost them 6,000 in fines.
The Minister of Electricity and Energy, Dr. Kgosientsho Ramokgopa, briefed the media earlier following Eskom's extension of the deadline to upgrade the prepaid meters.
Now, Ramokgopa says Eskom loses 30 billion rand a year due to non-paying customers.
It is our intention that from now until the 13th of December present themselves so that we can regularize them. And then there's things around temper fines, essentially an admission of guilt that, look, I've not been consuming legally, and we do accept that it's an onerous obligation of about 6,000 rands, and then that gets to be split over a period of 12 months, and people pay, the customer pays 500 rands per month to cushion, if you like, the blow over a period of 12 months. Remember, in some instances, this particular instance, and this is not an isolated incident, when I was engaging with some of the people on the queue, they make the point that the last time they've bought electricity was in 2018. So essentially, people have been consuming for free since 2018, and I'll come to the significance of that credit control going into the future. So the first point to be made is that this exercise that we've been doing is not a credit control instrument. The credit control will come in the normal course of events, but I think what Eskom will do is the intensification of that exercise. So the second category of people who are not in the first instance meant to have been there on the queue are people who have been bypassing, because they could come even after the 24th. You regularize them, an admission that in fact I've been tampering, and then we effect what is in fact the general rule in Eskom in lieu of you not having used a legal platform in admission, and there's that what we call the temper fines. And then the third category of people is people who never had the meters in the first place. So they found an ingenious way. So again, another form of illegal connection, of course, a bit more sophisticated, and working with at least on inspection, people who understand electricity, certified people are able to consume electricity illegally.
All right, let's stay with this particular story now and speak to SABC News reporter Lulama Makia. Lulama, good afternoon to you, and thank you so much for your time. Let's just start with, you listened to the minister there outlining just how much work lies ahead. Yes, now that the process has been concluded, it does seem like there's lots of work that still lies ahead for Eskom when it comes to this issue.
Good afternoon, Bongiwe and SABC viewers, and welcome to Parliament. Yes, indeed, by indication as well as from Eskom and the Minister, there's still a lot of work to be done going forward. But I think, Bongiwe, let me start by saying that the Minister as well as Eskom are saying that 99% of customers of Eskom have been able to upgrade to this new system now. There are about 1.7 million customers who were not able to be upgraded, and those customers, Bongiwe, are those customers who are consuming electricity illegally. But going forward, it's those customers that have been given the deadline of the 13th of December to upgrade their meter boxes. What they need to do to be able to upgrade is to go and buy electricity. Then when they are able to buy, that's when then Eskom will be able to catch them and fine those fines that the minister spoke about in the clip, and then be upgraded to the system. And then when you were going forward as well, Eskom is saying that currently they don't have their systems are not able to detect customers who are using electricity illegally. Their system is outdated, but going forward, they are going to upgrade their system so that it is able to detect customers who are using their electricity illegally. Also, South Africans have witnessed over the weekend, especially towards the deadline of Sunday for the upgrade of meter boxes, it's long queues of people queuing, seeking to upgrade their meter boxes. The minister is saying those people are those who are consuming electricity illegally, paying customers. They were managed to be upgraded when they were going to the credible and credited vendors to purchase electricity. They were upgraded during that process. But this 1.7 million illegal consumers are some of those people who were standing in those long queues a couple of days before the deadline, seeking to upgrade their meter boxes. Bongiwe.
And Lulama, it seems also that, you know, the problem of illegal connections, it's still quite a big one. And listening to the minister, there are billions of rands being lost to this.
Indeed, Bongiwe, a South African who was listening to this briefing from the minister, especially a South African who is purchasing electricity legally, who is consuming electricity legally, especially considering the economic conditions of the country, whereby people have to choose between buying electricity and sacrificing some of their needs because they want to keep their lights on, they want to cook. The minister was revealing statistics of the cost of these illegal connections and illegal consumption of electricity to Eskom, saying that per month Eskom is losing 2.5 billion rand. If you calculate that over a year, it's about 30 billion rand. So those figures, Bongiwe, exclude the loss that is incurred by municipalities. He is saying that if municipalities can do a roundup and calculate their losses, chances are these figures from Eskom will be doubled because remember, municipalities have an extra fee that they charge consumers and buyers of electricity. So it's devastating. It's a loss to Eskom as well. And we know, Bongiwe, the financial status of Eskom, that Eskom, its balance sheet is not in good health. They have been given bailouts by government, and now when you look at these losses that they incurred due to illegal connection, that's when the minister is saying that he has given those consumers until the 13th of December to come forward, and they will be penalized for those illegal connections for the tampering of the boxes as well as the replacement of the boxes. So it was very devastating, and it's still a long way to go for Eskom and the department to fix these issues, so that we know that, because he's saying he's conceding that paying customers, it's painful to hear that there are millions of customers who have been using electricity illegally, not even paying a cent, yet there are those who have to sacrifice and tighten their belts to be able to afford the high prices of electricity. Because even now, we're talking about NESA proposing a hefty tariff, electricity hikes, yet this is the situation on the ground.
And certainly devastating indeed. And as you know, even now, when you speak to Eskom, they do say that for them, they cannot guarantee that even these upgraded meters are tamper-proof, which then also, you know, raises some serious concerns, and even from other sectors. But before I let you go, in about 20 seconds, Lulama, how was the minister's interaction with the Portfolio Committee?
He faced tough questions from the committee, Bongiwe. Members of Parliament were also as shocked and as surprised, especially with the figures of these loss to Eskom, asking him why only now, why that information was kept, because it's a new information, Bongiwe, that is coming out during this upgrade of this period of these meters, that we know the cost of illegal connection to Eskom. So there was, as well as they were so shocked and surprised and wanted answers from the minister on the way forward as to what can be done to nip this in the bud so that it does not happen again, because all public representatives, Bongiwe, when it's election time, we accompany them to these areas. They can see where are these illegal connections happening. So the minister was calling on other public representatives as well to take part and be in the forefront and encourage consumers or customers of electricity to pay.
Let's see if, that and all does yield results. But thank you so much for that update. Appreciate it. That was SABC News reporter Lulama Madya.